Okay, I'm back. I don't know what this. I have another phone for some reason. I brought another phone just in case I got a problem with Homeland Security again. So let's see if the people find me again here. We're still in front of the Trump Hotel. See it over there, over my shoulder. Let's see if people find me again. I really want to finish that thought because I think it's important for all of us. I mean, I know I give you a lot of sources of where to apply for grants and stuff like that, and the more I look around Google, there's so many people that are charging money to do this, and of course I charge too because I gotta stay in business, and the only way to do that is charge money. But I try to give away as much as I can for free too. But more importantly, you don't need me. I hope I help. And you know, I think I shouldn't be in business. The government should be doing this, but they won't. And, they can't get their act to do this together. But just be careful to hire an expert. I mean, my biggest problem is the people that charge you hundreds and thousands of dollars. And I was, you know, told that's what I had to do to make a living doing this. But I figured out how not to. And so for $20 I could do it. But I think by getting help for anything, expertise, I mean, expertise is, you know, could save you time, of course, and things like that. But the biggest problem to me I have is people who don't have money that they're buying expertise because they think that that's the only way they could get it. That's the only way they could find out about programs or do anything in life. And that's not true at all. Sure, it may take you a little longer to figure it out, but actually it's good that you don't hire an expert. Because to me, what's wrong with an expert is that they're working for money, you know, and so if it's not the same as working for your heart. It's sort of like in wars, you know, the people are fighting for their country versus, you know, hired mercenaries, you know, will fight hard. Look at how this country started, right? And nobody probably even got paid to fight for the country, you know, and we won and beat those people in the red coats, right? So that's why it takes heart, I think, to really do important things in life and to do the important things that you want to do in life. And most of the major things, whether it's getting a job or education or all these things that are important for us, your heart has to be in it. This is why I wear hearts now. Because sure, you have to know the information, and that's what experts sell, but I think that won't work unless your heart is in it. So no matter how much expertise you have and everything, your heart makes the difference. What's the difference between two athletic people that have the same abilities? You know, the one who really wins is the one that their heart is in it more. So they're using their heart. And that's a muscle that we all have, a muscle that we can make a difference with, no matter who we are, no matter how strong, tall, beautiful, or whatever we are, rich. You know, your heart is one muscle that you could keep growing forever. And that's what's so neat about your heart, is that, you know, now I can't run as fast, I can barely even run because I feel tripped and stuff like that. My bones don't hurt or anything like that, or muscles and all that stuff. But it is my mental stuff, and being able to react, seeing the traffic fast enough to react. I can't do that well enough anymore. So that's why I walk instead of run. Skeleton-wise and muscular-wise, I could do it. So that's why when you do something in life, remember your heart is the key ingredient. Also, I find if you do it if you're paying somebody else to do it, they won't see the opportunities that you will. In other words, you have a whole, you know, your mind is all of your life. You're trying to give, you know, in a 10-minute interview to somebody to go out and find you something. No, because you will know how to take something that initially didn't look like it was for you, but you knew about something else that nobody else knew about, that you could make that work. See, because you have that historical knowledge in your brain that nobody else has. And if you hire somebody to do something, they can't come and make an instant decision. They'll say, oh no, that's wrong. But you could say, no, I have something down the attic that this will work with, and I could use that sucker, yeah, and do it. So, and that's why you're going to find opportunities better than anybody else, because you know the complexities of your life. You know things that you can't even explain to other people, and they'll never know, the insides of what makes you work better than you will. That's why you have to get in there and find these things yourself. You have to fall down and get experience on how to do this stuff, and not give it to somebody else to do, because you will get more out of it. You will, if like you're asking somebody for a date and they say, oh, want to wash my hair or something, you will know that, hey, you could tell by her facial or his facial expressions that that's not really the reason. But if you hire somebody else to go ask them, to date you, I mean, they'll give an answer and you'll say, well, that's the reason, but they won't be able to detect that, because they're just looking for a quantitative statistic or whatever to do it. And you will get more out of every negative response that you could build on, because that's why if you hire somebody, an expert so go on, the negative won't be as important to them, as it will for you, and to improve on your knowledge and find opportunities for later. So you also will learn things that you don't need now that you could use later. That's why all these money sources or whatever that you're looking for, okay, you find out, oh yeah, well that's, this is only for companies so and so or whatever. And you think that's a no. Yes, it's a no today, but it's a yes tomorrow, because you become that company in 2 years or something like that. Hey, I know where to get that money to do what we want to do now. It's here. We want to sell overseas. We're not a startup anymore. And that's why. So you accumulate that knowledge to be a better person and more skilled for your own life. It's really, we have to invest in our own resources, our own knowledge, instead of hiring it out. We think we have to hire an expert for everything, and that's crazy, because unless you have a lot of money, you can lose it. So, I can't tell people how to spend their money. I mean, it's their money. You do, what you want. Maybe it makes sense for you, and you don't miss it. But to me, what hurts more, people don't have money, and they think they have to spend money to do something in your life, and you don't. You just have to do a lot of effort and put your heart in it, and that's the magic ingredient. You putting your heart into the work, you putting your heart into the research, or whatever it's going to take for you to do something, because that is I would thank you, man. That's going to make the difference and all the success in the world to you. And somebody you hire, their heart is never in it. They're just in it for a payday. You've worked like that, places that you've been working at, right? And you're there trying to be nice and just for a payday, but you'd rather be somewhere else, right? So your heart's not in it. And so you're not giving 120%, because your heart's not there. You're just doing for a paycheck, and I need this, and don't want to get fired because I got all these goddamn bills and all this kind of stuff. But you could work 50% more if you really had to. And to me, that's the key in life, man. If you find something to do that you could work 150%, now you're using. That's what we're here. We're organic. I mean, it's like telling a tree not to grow, telling grass not to be green. We're all organic and have to be what we are, and want to grow into whatever we can. And it's in the normal things that we're taught. I don't think you do that. You're working for money, you're not going to grow as much. You need money, okay, you do. And you have to work for money. You have to support yourself. That's the first thing you have to do. But then after a certain level, then you're responsible to grow anything. How do you grow? And that's by doing something with your heart. That's what, it's the same way in relationship. You want to marry or go out with this person because they're a beauty queen or a football player or whatever. If your heart's not in it, man, it's going to be like going to the dentist after a while. Any grants for life insurance agent. Well, we can't discriminate because of age, race, color, or occupation. Grants are pay expenses, so it doesn't matter who you are. But more importantly, I think that, and the older I get, and again, you can't trust me, I'm an old guy, and the way I thought at 35 is different at 75 or 77, whatever the hell I am. So be careful. But it is, I mean, it is your date. One of those, you look at your watch after a couple hours, oh my God, it's only 9 o'clock. I thought it was midnight. And what are you going to do? And that's why does life have to be a bad date? Those dates, that are magical, and all of a sudden, 2 o'clock in the morning, I thought it was only 11. Wow. That is just outrageous life to have like that, and it takes work. Old people have wisdom. I am old. Do you get wisdom? I don't know. We get aches and pains, that's for sure. Well, I'm pretty fortunate on that too. But it's important. I mean, how do you get the best out of every day? But see, I think it's the same for professional relationships and personal relationships. If your heart's not in it, you can't give as much, and you don't get out of it as much. So giving a lot is really how you get a lot, right? And that's what I see. The magic of giving in life is that it's selfish. It's the most selfish thing you do is give, because it feels so good, right? So we all want to work hard, man. We want to do something really hard. Well, listen, sorry, thanks for coming back. And I'll see you soon. I got a lot of new things that I'm putting up in the group, the Let's Go Health group. Oh man, I got so many new free. I mean, there's grants I found for. They can't give them away. There's a program for businesses. They're trying to give away $900,000 in grants to small businesses, and they can only give away like $34,000. Wow. I mean, see, the stuff like that's on there. It takes digging to do that. Or there's one I found for women who want to improve their professional career, and then $2,500 just for women to improve their professional career. Here's another woman thing: women who want to get trained or get a profession to work in the Catholic Church. They're hiring women. Enough of this guy stuff, right? And so if your passion is religion or whatever, and you're Catholic, man, here's like $9,000 to go take courses, take classes, that get a degree or whatever, so you can contribute to the new Catholic Church, I guess. And that's why there's stuff you don't even know about asking for. That's what digging is all about. That's what researching is. And that's why I think what we all have to learn more is how to research in our society. It's different skills than going to the library. And then we thought, well, the internet solve all that problems. No, it doesn't. It's create a whole bunch of new problems that you have to learn how to deal with. It's sort of like we learned how to ride horses to get around. Now we have cars, and you just don't jump from a horse to a car. We got a lot of things you got to figure out before everybody can travel in cars, right? Okay, guys, I have a lot of free stuff on how to research in the last video. If you go into the description, you'll see that, and I'll put that here too. They're instructional videos on how to research in the COVID age. So I think everybody should take a look, unless you're really getting everything you want out of your research and Google and stuff. The skills. I mean, I've been doing this kind of stuff 50 years. So it's really, that's what you have to learn, to me, is new research skills. So besides showing you sources, I want to also teach how to research, because that's the key. Then you don't need to buy sources or hire experts or do anything, because you know how to use the tools, right? You don't have to have a chauffeur to drive you around. Just drive your own goddamn car. That way you don't have to talk to anybody if you don't want, right? Okay, guys, I'll see you. Oh, this is traffic. This is fun.